Hello, this is Darcie the Dog Trainer, owner and head trainer of CommuniCanine Training and Behavioral Counseling, where it's my passion and purpose to connect dogs and people. Have you ever had one of those neighbors whose dog barked all the time when they weren't there? And you know how annoying that can be, right? Especially if it's in the middle of the day and you're trying to get some work done, or even worse, in the middle of the night and you're trying to get some sleep. Well, what if that dog is yours? What can you do to solve the barking when you're not home? So today I want to give you 3 simple strategies that will help effectively minimize, reduce, or even eliminate the barking altogether. First strategy is make sure your dog is well exercised. A bored dog or a dog that has too much energy is going to be getting into all kinds of trouble and is going to be barking at more things than usual. They're going to be more active and alert during the day when you're gone than they're going to be sleeping. So before you leave the house, you want to plan for a good extra 30 to 40 minute outing with your dog where you give them some good cardio. So I'm not talking about a really calm, slow stroll amble around the neighborhood. I'm talking about like a brisk heart racing walk where you actually get your cardio up. Or you take them for a run. If you're a jogger, take your dog for a jog for 20 or 30 minutes. Or if they love the ball, you throw the ball for them for 20 or 30 minutes. But you want to get the big part of that energy out of them before you go to work so that they can calm down and relax when you're not there. So that's strategy number 1. Strategy number 2 is make sure your dog doesn't have access to looking out the windows. So if you can, blockade them into a part of the house where they can't see out. A lot of dogs are just barking because people are going by or there's a squirrel out the window. And again, they're bored. The exercise is going to help a lot of your dogs. But if you have a dog who does tend to react to everything going by the window, just don't give them access to your windows if you can. That might mean you leave them in a bedroom while you're gone, or you put up baby gates and keep them confined to your kitchen. But make sure that you have some kind of a strategy in place so that they just can't have access to those windows. You may also want to think about putting on the radio or getting a white noise machine so that they're not as reactive to every little sound that happens around them. Now the third strategy, and this is particularly good if you do have a dog who's a little bit bored or really hard to tire out, as some dogs are. And this is one of my favorites. I love to use stuffed Kongs. So these are Kongs. If you've not seen them before, they come in different sizes. The black ones are the sturdier ones if you have a hardcore chewer. And I like to stuff them with canned dog food alone or a mixture of canned and my dog's dry food. I pack it in there real good, stick it in the freezer overnight, and the next day I've got some really awesome popsicles that'll keep my dogs busy while I'm gone. One Kong can take about, depends on the dog, 15 to 20 minutes for them to go through. Some dogs it takes a little less time, some dogs it takes a little more. And if you're really smart, you can get a whole bunch of these and pack your dog's whole breakfast or their whole meal in 2 or 3 or 4 different Kongs so that that's how they actually work for their food when you're gone, instead of just handing them their food in a bowl before you go. They now have to work for it. My dogs love these and can't wait. When I bring these out of the freezer, everybody gets excited. So those are 3 simple strategies for you to start helping you reduce your dog's barking when you're not home. Now I will mention, if your dog won't eat when you're not home, that's a sign that they're pretty stressed. And a stressed out dog is going to probably need a little bit more intervention than the strategies that we talked about here. And I would suggest contacting a trainer to get some help for that. But for the average dog and the average issue, these strategies are definitely going to help reduce the barking for you. So good luck with these. Let me know what works best for you, and I will see you next week.